I've been really busy this week. I've been doing a lot of cleaning up and just small chores. I really haven't put in a whole lot of time as to making any specific videos, but I did take a whole lot of little clips. So I'm going to put these together and hopefully they make sense. Found a surprise in the chicken pen this morning. I wasn't there a little while ago. As you know, we've had a lot of rain here the last couple of days. So I got out here with my cedar chips and some fresh hay. I put fresh hay in all the boxes because everything was wet on the bottom. Spread the cedar out on the ground with some extra hay to sop up some of the water so that the hens and my roosters don't walk around in mud and water anymore. It was really mucky. While I was out here, I also pulled my fencing out and put it back down into the little field here so that the chickens can get some green grass. And I make a nest for my tiny hens. And the old hens are using it. Well, that wasn't good. She's my little escape artist. And here I am trying to get her back in the pen and ended up letting 2 other chickens out. And I got all the tarps back down. I've been out here in the greenhouse puttering around, and I wanted to show off a few things that I've done. These were the red onions that I cut up in the kitchen and put in some water, and they all have nice roots on them. So I put them into some soil. There was 3 large pieces of garlic. They all 3 got roots, so I went ahead and put them in this container, but they didn't have any green sprouts coming up, so we'll see how they do. Those are 2 onion sets that I played around with last fall, and they survived the winter, and some oregano that we planted last year during summer. That's done real well. And then I kind of been playing around with containers. I got this little container, I cut it apart, and I have some butter crunch lettuce that I just put in here. It was my free package of seeds from Baker Creek Seeds. I want to show off my Blue Lakes. These were the seeds that I got from Pondering Creations Farm, and they are coming up really great. They are just beautiful. However, I am kind of disappointed in these lima beans. They're the Alabama Black Eye Butterbean. I was really happy to get those started, but I had one pop up, but none of the rest of them have. So I actually thought about soaking them, but it says on the package, do not soak. And this is why I believe that everything happens for a reason. I just subscribed to a new channel this morning, and I found this great tip.
So I've been planting beans. So these are Lady Diorama beans, and you plant them on the side apparently. I don't think it makes any difference, but someone was saying the other day, if you plant them flat like that, then the water settles on top of them. You plant down the side, then water and moisture will run down either side, which makes sense. So I'm going to do it.
So I'm going to try this method too. So go see London Potager Garden. She has a wonderful channel and beautiful flowers. I have them all planted with the little eyes up. I'm going to go ahead and put a little extra soil on top of them. And then give them a little bit of water. Okay, let's see how these do. Now here, I planted some nasturtiums and I used eggshells. So when they start to pop up, I'll just take them out and put them in the ground and let them grow. And then I got 2 dozen asparagus seeds. It says to soak them for 24 hours. So we're gonna let them soak, and I'm gonna get some more asparagus planted. I had all my seedlings on the lower shelf, and I decided to go ahead and put them up on the top shelf and give them a little bit more light. And everybody's doing really well. And this is one of the hazards of using your iPhone in a hot greenhouse. The next thing that I need to do is get out here and fix this garden netting that I set over the hostas to keep the chickens out of them. It wasn't quite working, it was sagging in places, and I just needed it to be a little bit sturdier. I get all my supplies together and I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I'm going to cut a larger or a longer piece of this galvanized steel wiring and then readjust the netting so that there aren't any gaps or holes for the chickens to get in. There's going to be a gap in the back, so I decided just to cut out another piece of the netting, and I'm going to use just a little bitty pieces of wire to tack them down and wrap them. It's actually looking pretty good. It's not exactly what I wanted, but it is covering the hostas. I use a couple of more ties here to tack down the wire to each other, and that's working too. I'm pretty sure this is going to keep the chickens out of the hostas, but nothing's perfect, and we will have to wait and see. Now on to my next project. This past winter, we had something up underneath the house. I went ahead and removed everything, but we never could figure out what it was. So I went ahead and put this piece of tin to cover up the hole. But now that I look at it, I can see that that old tin looks like it's rotting at the bottom. So I'm going to go find some new pieces of tin and replace it and make it more secure so critters can't get in and out from under the house. Walking the fence line has become a daily activity, but with all the weather that we've had the past couple of days, it's been about 2 days since I've been out here. However, everything looks secure. I'm out here checking my muscadines and they look good. Nothing's messed with them, but they're not budding either, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I want to extend my Premier One electric fencing down through here. So I got out here with my tools and my chainsaw, and I cut back a good path. It's really wet down here, so I'm gonna have to stop and turn around and go back because I've got my holy boots on this morning and I really do hate wet socks. This whole area here is a quagmire, but there are blackberry bushes growing everywhere. My grafts on my little apple tree look good. There's no activity, but that's okay. It's going to take a while. Now I'm going to go back into the house. I make my own dog food for Justice. I use a lot of chicken, rice, vegetables, and eggs, and she loves it. And for us, we're going to have roast beef, carrots, and potatoes. So that's going to be it for me today. It has turned out to be an absolutely beautiful day, and I'm just going to sit out here and relax. You guys, have a wonderful day.